So why is C++ making you XXL? So what I'm saying XXL, I'm not talking about another programming language. I'm talking about your shirt size, your pants size. Being overweight, though it is accepted by society, and it's fine, we shouldn't be making fun of overweight people, but it's actually hurting you, not just in the ways that you expect. You know, yeah, in 20 years, 10 years, you might have diabetes, whatever. Maybe when you're 45, 50, you have a heart attack. Okay, yeah, whatever. Maybe being overweight could help contribute to a whole bunch of other diseases like arthritis, whatever. Who cares about that? But there's something you might care about. When you are XXL, in fact, it's going to have a tremendous and immediate impact on how much do-re-mi you make, how much money you make. Well, let's dive into some research I found, and I'll talk about my own experiences in that regard as well. So let's pop open an article on Forbes. So the financial costs of obesity. Now, I won't read the whole piece because I don't want to put you to sleep. But here we go. There's been little discussion about the total annual cost of obesity for an individual because most research offers anecdotal evidence of higher costs associated with obesity, but not a dollar amount for a single person. But lo and behold, when this was written, I guess this is 2011, so it's a little bit old, but it's actually more relevant today because we've gotten fatter overall in North America since this time. Last fall, George Washington University released a report that put a figure to the staggering individual cost of being obese in America. Dr. Avery Dorr, report author and professor and director of health and director of the health economics program at the George Washington University, his colleagues quantified indirect costs, direct costs, and lost productivity to achieve an estimated total cost of being an obese individual. So the high price of BMI. Now, BMI, of course, is body mass index, and it is a measure of how much you should weigh, what your given weight is, given how tall you are in your age. BMI is very accurate. I can tell you from my own experiences. Well, let me show you. Let me show you Polar Bear Stef. I'm going to pull this up right here. So Polar Bear Stef. So this is me, I don't know, about 11 years ago, where I am talking about ORM technologies, more than 11, 12 years ago. So you can notice I got the polar bear eyes, unmistakable. I got the polar bear claw used to grab Cheetos, just in case you're not convinced of it. It's pretty similar, right? Anyway, so I am not poking fun at people who are overweight. This is a situation that I have dealt with. I initially got overweight back when I was a young lad, when I got sick, and they put me on massive amounts of steroids. And your appetite explodes when you're on steroids. What happened to me is that a typical meal would be like 12 hot dogs, 4 pieces of chicken, and some rhubarb pie on the side. And I went up to, I think my heaviest was 245, 250 pounds, and I'm 6'2". So not necessarily BMI. BMI on the upper range for me is 195 pounds, which I'm approximately that as I speak to you now. So in that picture, the polar bear picture, that's me at about, I'd say, then I let myself slip. I didn't quite understand diet perfectly back then. I was about 220 here. So not exactly polar bear level. So yeah, not good. When you're that heavy, you're not nearly as productive. I can tell you that from personal experience. And it has great impact. So let's go back to this article. So you don't have to take my word for it. Let's see what the article has to say. So, boom, boom, boom. So forget about health issues. Who cares about that? But let's look at some actual dollars and cents. Let's summarize here. I'll just get to the bullet point. Adding the value of lost life to these yearly costs makes the price tag even higher. Basically, for women, it's $8,000, over $8,000 a year, and for men, it is over $6,500 a year, respectively. This is the cost of being overweight. Now, this is for people who make a medium average salary. Coders will make double, triple that. So you might be able to double or triple this amount. Let's be generous. Let's say it's only double. So $12,000 a month, it's more like 13, but we'll say $12,000 a year, excuse me, the cost of being overweight. And so that's $1,000 a month. So according to the study conducted by this very respected school, George Washington University, you could be losing as much as $1,000 a month being an overweight software developer. That's pretty substantial money. That's pretty substantial money. There are other studies as well from Harvard and other places. I won't get into all the details here, but essentially, why am I picking on C++? Why am I saying C++ is making you XXL? Well, I don't know. I just felt like picking on C++. Just joking, by the way. I figure C++ was a good candidate because a lot of programmers who are just getting into the game, learning it, they learn C++ first. This is a kind of a health message to help you guys out and a financial message as well. There's other data out there that shows how over a lifetime, it adds up to a lot of money. So let's just say for the sake of argument, it's $10,000 a year cost you to be overweight. Just the financial cost. So 10 years, 100 grand, 30 years, 300 grand. This is a low estimate for developers. I mentioned C++ because C++ is one of the slowest write time languages there is. I didn't say slowest runtime. At runtime, C++ is super fast, as you know. That's why they build game engines with C++. That's why they build the heart of AI with C++. But in terms of writing it, dog slow. You can get a lot more done. You're much more productive with higher level languages like Python and JavaScript and C#, Java, etc. So there you go. One of the things I do on this channel is to help you guys with not just with coding, but your coding career. One of the pillars of being a master developer is to have mastery over yourself. Not only just your technical skills, emotional skills, but also your body, how healthy you are. So I wanted to put to dollars and cents. It's actually costing you real money if you are overweight, according to these studies. So it's $1,000 a month. That's about $33 a day. So every single day that you're sitting around overweight, sitting at the computer coding, you're costing yourself money. Has a lot to do with a whole bunch of factors we won't get into now. I have to cover that in other videos. So if I were you, I might want to take a look at that. If you look below, we have a program where we teach people how to get into shape, how to lose weight, how to start making money without having to go to the gym, without having to exercise. It's a program I put together called THEBODYDEVELOPER, link below. We're taking on some new people. We launched the beta a few months back, and we have amazing responses. I'll overlay some of the testimonials so you can take a look for yourself. But we're taking on a handful of new people. If you want to jump on, where we are refining this program. And it's a passion project for myself and my partner because we both were pretty overweight. I was pretty overweight. This guy was a giant overweight guy, 300 pounds, type 2 diabetes, really bad shape. Now, through basically what this program teaches, he's gotten himself down 100 pounds, held it off for 5-6 years. He's no longer diabetic. So if you want to maximize your coding career and your skills, you want to become a very efficient coder, you want to be able to have less or no pain, it's good to get below BMI, whether with our process or some other process, that's up to you. Our process is designed for the developer lifestyle, for people who don't necessarily want to go to a gym or for people who don't want to have to exercise at all, really. You can lose just about all that excess weight just through the proper habits and the program that you can learn about. Links below.